welcome back to another episode of The
Fuzzy Pod.
I'm Megan.
Should we try to do a harmony on that? Oh, sorry, I'm Maddie.
The Fuzzy
Wait, no. You yeah.
Pod. That was harmony.
That was harmony.
Name that movie.
Baby Mama.
Oh, perfect. I'm glad you could name it because I forgot. I just knew it was a movie quote.
I wish I was at an Arby's right now because there's better food and cooler people.
Welcome back to another episode of The Fuzzy Pod. Here on The Fuzzy Pod, we love to talk about all the things that give us those warm, fuzzy feelings, which includes a lot of nostalgia from the late 90s to the early 2000s. And no, actually, we're not going to be quoting movies today. What are we going to be doing today?
Not today, but we are talking about movies. Specifically, the child actors of our childhood. And where are they now? What are they up to? Because we haven't seen them. Where'd they go?
Where'd they go? Where have they been? So we're going to be talking about
Where
that.
did you come from? Where did you go? Where did
Okay,
you come
only a couple songs every on the hour. Okay, we can't be singing.
We didn't sing a song.
We sang the intro.
Okay, that's different. That's not a song. Was it because I chose Cotton Eye Joe? Is that the problem?
Moving on. So today,
story of my life.
So we each researched 3 different child stars, child actors, and we are going to be talking about where they are now. Neither one of us has heard updates on the actors that each of us researched, so we're going to be surprised.
Yeah, it was difficult not reading because we shared the same doc.
Yeah.
More accurately, I created the doc and I was like, I wonder if she'll see this and if she'll put in her information or if it'll just be mine. And then I went back to do mine because I just made the doc and didn't do anything with it. And then I just saw all this information out there and I was like, okay. She found it.
I did knock out my research early this morning. So I still procrastinated just a bit. But to be fair, we came up with the episode idea last night, 12 hours ago.
Just kidding.
Maddie, I think you should kick things off because you researched a strong choice.
I have a dilemma, though.
A dilemma?
I feel like I want to save my strong choice.
For last.
I was trying to decide if it should be the first, but then it feels like everything's a letdown after that. I think he needs to be last.
Okay, then who would you like to start with?
With that being said, should you go first then?
Or I go first?
Because then will I end? I think I need to end with him.
Okay. I'll kick things off.
I feel this strongly.
Anna Sophia Robb.
Love her.
Most known for The Root of All Our Trauma, Bridge to Terabithia, which also stars Zooey Deschanel and Josh Hutcherson.
Oh, such a good movie. I love that movie.
That movie was truly heartbreaking, but also incredible.
I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid.
I
always do that every time it's windy outside. I'm like, I can't hear you.
Oh
literally shaped me.
I think that was the first time that I dealt with the concept of death at 8 years old. You know what I mean? Or however old, maybe closer to 8, 9, 10.
When did that movie
we had
come
people
out?
pass in our life, but it became so real to me that I could die before I'm old.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
You know, she had an accident happen.
Yeah.
Oh, spoiler, she dies in the movie.
Oh, spoiler alert.
She's dead.
She died.
Tell me why when I was researching Bridge to Terabithia, I went into a Reddit thread because I'm just trying to get all the research and stuff I can for the pod. Someone had made a Reddit thread saying they should make a Bridge to Terabithia too. And I'm like,
but for why? She died. That's the story. It's not supposed to be.
What do you mean Bridge to Terabithia too? If it doesn't have Anna Sophia Robb, I don't want it.
Listen though, if Josh Hutcherson's in it,
what's the story? Do his kids go back there to the trauma? What's the story?
No, it's he never dealt with his trauma. And so then he took it out on his family and then he has to go back there to deal with his trauma and
maybe there's
reconnect
something
with himself.
Here. It's a deep trauma.
Yeah. And he's never really been a present father, a present husband, because he's just been so afraid to live.
You know what? Okay, screenwriter. Okay, director Maddie, there's something there. Anna Sophia Robb was also known for playing Violet Beauregard. Beauregard.
You got it.
Beauregard.
The Bernstein Bears.
Violet
It's fine. We get it. We get
playing
it.
Violet in Charlie and the
There you
Chocolate
go. That's all
Factory
we
with
need to
Johnny
know.
Depp. Okay, she was in the remake of Charlie and the Chocolate
Charlie
Factory.
We're all a little fuzzy
She played the
here.
Blueberry Girl. She
Yeah.
played the Blueberry Girl in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp, and she was also in a movie called Soul Surfer, which
I
was
have,
based
like-
off a true story, and Because of Winn-Dixie.
Yes. I have like such a real question about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Okay.
So she's the one that eats the gum.
And turns into a blueberry. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. When they lick the paper
Mhm.
in the original.
Yeah.
And they're like, the schnozberries isn't that like something inappropriate? Don't they like say something, taste like something, but it's something that's like
A euphemism?
yes.
There might be. Who knows?
I feel like we need to stop making Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movies.
I think that they have.
No, they literally just came out with Wonka.
Oh my gosh!
What are you even saying?
Right. I must.
Which, by the way,
that.
I did like that movie. It was better than I thought it was gonna be. But like,
You're so right. I totally forgot. Little Timothy was in it.
yeah,
Timothy Chalamet.
the Johnny Depp one, terrifying.
I haven't seen it in so long.
Terrifying. It starts out and his dad's a dentist and he's a kid and he's got all this headgear and braces on and he just wants to eat candy on Halloween and his like dad won't let him because he's like, it's bad for your teeth, and he just tries to eat the candy and then he's traumatized and that's why he becomes a candy man. And it's just a very traumatic feeling movie.
So it seems like Anna Sophia Robb was in a lot of movies involving trauma.
Exactly. Exactly my point.
Although she was most known for, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Bridge to Terabithia, all those movies I just mentioned, these are movies that maybe she wasn't like known for as much, but were very important to me. And that is that Anna Sophia Robb played live action Samantha from the American Girl doll collection in Samantha and American Girl Holiday. And this was so huge because it was the first American Girl doll movie.
So good.
Aired in November of 2004, okay? And I was sat for that. I was so ready. I was so excited. Maddie and I both had the Samantha doll. And to
So
see
good.
her
Live.
she was real, just like me.
She's just like us.
And then later on, The Carrie Diaries, a very short-lived prequel to Sex and the City, starring Maddie's boyfriend as well, Austin Butler.
Who? I'm just kidding.
Justice for The Carrie Diaries.
Justice for the Carrie Diaries, you guys. I
love that
still
show.
love this. I still love that show.
I need to rewatch it.
Like
The
I
fashion,
the
it's so good.
fashion's
The
so
80s.
good. Like I love Anna Sophia Robb's like take on Carrie.
Yes,
Like
which is apparently closer to the original.
yes, and yeah, Austin Butler. I mean, I've been a fan of that man since day one. Like, so seeing him in that show was just.
I feel like The Carrie Diaries got
made me believe that I could like white boys.
Oh, well, maybe that too. The Carrie Diaries got hated on so much. Like, I felt like they didn't really give it a good chance. I mean, I guess they gave it 2 seasons.
Yeah,
but
it got
still,
canceled.
It was so good.
And it was so good. And I just feel like, I don't know why it got canceled.
I think it's because original Sex and the City fans were trying to, like, maybe get into it, and it really wasn't made for them. And also,
I feel like
she wasn't trying to be the Sarah Jessica Parker Carrie.
No. And I feel like it almost feels like a multiverse version. Like
100%.
like a different timeline of
Yes.
Carrie Bradshaw.
Yes.
But I don't know, it's just so good.
It's so good.
Just like I feel like it's like a feel good, like coming of age. But like, yeah, it
I like just the
definitely
time period
was
like of it all, like the 80s.
Yeah,
It's
and
fun.
like just seeing like all the costume design for like
Mhm.
that. But it definitely was not made. I think where they missed the mark, if you will, is like it didn't catch on because, like you were saying, like they didn't really know who they were marketing it to, I guess. Because it was like on the CW, which had like a bunch of like other
like teen dramas.
Yeah.
It was a teen drama where Sex and the City was like on HBO and it was MA. And
Yeah.
then The Carrie Diaries was much more tame.
For sure. So I just never got its footing, which was kind of sad because then I feel like after that show came out, like Anna Sophia Robb wasn't in a ton of stuff after that.
And it was so good, and she was so good in it. And the
Yeah.
purse, the paint
The
splatter purse,
I
I'll
know,
always remember that.
I know, I wanna make one of those. So cute.
We are big advocates for the Carrie Diaries over here. So we've looked back. All right, where is she now? Well, Maddie, she is still acting. She was most recently in a movie on Netflix called Rebel Ridge. Oh, you already knew.
Yeah, of course. I gotta support my girly. I watch all her things.
She went to NYU.
Yeah.
She was recently seen at some shows from the most recent fashion week that just happened.
Oh, love that.
And she got married in 2022 to Trevor Paul, who I looked up is a VP of Business and Legal Affairs at Neon.
I love that for her.
A lot of people marry lawyers.
Yeah.
Someone else on my list marry a lawyer? It's like they're kind of adjacent to the industry, but not in it. They're not performers.
Yeah. I could see that being a good match.
Yeah. And then your like spouse has got your best interest if they're like helping you with any of your contracts or anything.
Yeah. No, seriously.
She also just seems to have like a thriving social life. A lot of her posts on Instagram are with like her friends, and just seems like she's just enjoying life to the fullest, and just her job happens to be acting. And also, just as a little like fun thing, I saw that she was in the top 100 on IMDb, which just shows that people are still like looking her up.
Yeah.
And probably from like Rebel Ridge too.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think like I wonder too if a lot of people have, because that movie was like has been a really like popular one on Netflix. I wonder if a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, it's that girl.
Yes.
Like
the Bridge to Terabithia girl.
Yeah, I honestly feel like she hasn't been in like a whole ton of stuff. Like more recently. Like I feel like that's the most like recent.
It seems like she went to school for a few years and just kind of like lived a quote unquote normal life, and just acting happens to be
What did she go
to
school for? Do you know?
You know what?
I
meant to look that up and I forgot now.
I feel like she was like a writer or something. Maybe I'm making that up because of the Carrie Diaries. But I feel like I remember like seeing that it was like, I was like, oh, she's really out here.
Studying the intersection of philosophy, ethics, and drama.
Oh, okay. Like I was close. No, I'm just kidding. Slay queen.
So we love to see it.
I love, this person isn't on our list because we all know where she is, but Emma Watson, like, went to like I think an Ivy League school, and like I just love these like women who like grew up acting. They were like child actors, and then they grow up and like go to school, like go to
Bridget
university.
Mendler.
Yeah, literally a doctor.
Yeah,
like PhD. I'm pretty sure. Like so many like women just doing the thing. I love it.
And also that it's never too late to like pivot or try something new.
Yeah, and like to be fair, a lot of those girls like started working really young, so like their pivoting was like probably still around like the age that other people were going to school.
Yeah.
But like to see them do that and make that jump is like really cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Inspiring.
Maybe I should go to college.
Maybe I should go back to college. All right. So my first one that I'm going to do is Stephen Lawrence, better known as Beans.
From Even Stevens.
That's right. You know the beloved Beans from Even Stevens. The bacon-loving, annoying little kid neighbor to the Stevens family. You may have also seen him in Kicking and Screaming with Will Ferrell, and also Josh Hutcherson's in that movie.
Josh Hutcherson was everywhere as a kid.
Josh Hutcherson.
He was getting that coin.
Was making that coin.
Hopefully, at least. Hopefully it was being saved for him.
He was also in Cheaper by the Dozen. He played...
What? I don't remember this.
He played... Okay, you remember like the neighbors? They're like the really buttoned up family and they have the kid.
Yes.
He plays their child,
okay,
Dylan.
Yes.
And like they have like that big extravagant like birthday party for him, but he just wants to be like a kid, but they put him in like all white linen with his little sweater tied around his neck.
Is he in Cat in the Hat too? Am I making that
up? He is
up?
in Cat in the Hat. He was like, if you look at his IMDb, like there's a lot of things that he's in that he doesn't even really have a name. For example, you may remember this. He is in the live action Bratz movie. And he is in the talent show audition scene as the plunger man or plunger boy.
I remember that because we were watching it and you're like, is that Beans? And we couldn't like find it like anywhere at first.
Yeah.
Like, what? How did you snipe that?
So Beans is also in Bratz. What else? That's the basics of what I wrote down of the things that, like, we would have known him
Yeah.
in. But, yeah, so where he is now. He has had kind of a rough life.
Oh, I don't know why I was gonna assume. Did he go down some pipelines? Is that the vibe or not really?
So, unfortunately, he struggled with addiction
Oh my gosh. That's
for
heavy.
many, many years. I think it started when he was pretty young. And he recently, like, opened up about his sobriety and saying that he's been sober since 2019, and he actually goes to, like, high
That's
schools
awesome.
and, like, speaks to students about, the dangers of substance and substance abuse. So, that's kind of his, like, cause now is, like, trying to prevent other, kids from falling into what he did. So that's great. Not that he struggled with that, but
He's
he's
able
still
to use that
yeah.
to help other people.
He still does acting here and there as well, not a whole ton though. He's trying. And there was also a short-lived, I'm assuming they're no longer doing it because the last time they posted was August of 2023, but he did have a podcast
What?
with Christy Romano and the guy who played Donnie. I wrote his name down. Nick
Oh, yes, the blonde guy?
Spano. No, Donnie was the brother, the older brother.
There was an older brother on that show?
Yes, Donnie Stevens.
Okay, yes, I kinda remember
Yeah.
him now. It's all coming back to me.
He was, to me, like, less like, he was kinda like the cool older brother.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like most of the conflicts were between, like, Ren and Shia LaBeouf.
His character.
What's
Yeah.
his name? I forgot his
Steven. Is he the even
No,
Steven?
Steven's their last name,
Oh.
the Stevens family.
He's Steven.
He's Steven! People are probably gonna yell at us his name. I forgot his name.
She would always yell his name,
I
too.
know.
Oh, I got it. Lewis.
Ah! Yes.
So they had a podcast together talking about the show and just,
Yeah.
like, old stuff. Oh my gosh.
Like, nostalgia
What is
stuff.
it with Disney Channel stars making podcasts?
What is it with former YouTube
Okay, that
YouTubers?
pipeline's not as common. That pipeline's not as common.
I'm just teasing.
It's like, but they, like, talk specifically just about the show. Like, they're living just in the nostalgia of that. Oh
not
my gosh, we talk about nostalgia here all the time.
Not necessarily. From what I could tell, they would, like, talk about the show here and there, but, like, they also, like, their description was, like, about, like, all things, honestly, kind of like our description.
Oh, really? They're like, all the things that give us warm, fuzzy feelings, talking about nostalgia from the late
Just
90s
two
to the early
sisters.
2000s. We're just three fake siblings all. Wait
Oh
a second.
my gosh. But yeah, so they had a podcast. Their last episode, like, the description said, like, oh, we're stopping because of, like, the SAG strikes that were going on, and but then they haven't
Brought it back.
brought it back. So
But that was the last thing you saw Beans doing.
that was the last thing, the last marker I could find of Beans. I didn't check to see if he has any social media, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna show you why.
Oh no.
Because I can't tell if this is real, and I hope it's not. But when I Googled his name, okay, these are the photos, all right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little sad. That's a little sad. That's not a great photo. Please. This is the 4th photo.
Is that his butt?
Yes. And I don't know if this is photoshopped. Like, that's gotta be fake, right?
Does he do only Beans? Does Beans let people pay him to see his beans?
Like, I don't know if that's actually his
Or
account.
it's just like a funny
or
thing.
it's just like a funny, like, that is extremely disturbing. I'm wondering, like, I'm like, is it the head photoshopped, or
No,
did
stop!
this?
Don't turn your brightness up. I saw
You
the
have to
photo.
stare. He has a tattoo on his cheek.
Well, let's talk about some other Disney Channel stars, unless you want to share any other things on that.
I'm just so scared. You guys just Google his name.
It's like, I need you
If
all
you're
to see
curious.
this.
If you're curious, you don't have to. Or don't. But that's Steven.
Let's move on and talk about two sisters that ruled the Disney Channel in the early 2000s. And that's the Panabaker sisters, Danielle and Kay Panabaker. Truly dominated DComs for a bit there.
Yeah.
if you're not familiar with these names, maybe you'll be familiar with some of the things that they starred in. So they actually starred in a DCOM together as sisters. I don't think they played sisters. I think the older sister played like an alter ego of the younger sister.
Yes.
And that was a movie called Read It and Weep.
I
Kay,
forgot about that movie.
I know. I kind of want to rewatch it.
Yeah.
That should be one of our DCOMs we rewatch.
Yeah.
Kay was also in a DCOM called Life is Rough, featuring, I can't think of the actor's name, but it's the actor that plays Corey from Corey in the House. And that's So Raven.
Corbin Blue. No, not Corbin Blue.
Corbin Blue?
Sorry, I was so quick with it. Kyle Massey.
Kyle Massey.
Not Corbin Blue. It's because Corey and my mind went Corbin because sometimes they would do
it's fair.
close. Okay,
It's also Kyle Massey.
Kyle Massey.
Oh my
That
gosh.
was my first guess.
Kay was also in Phil of the Future and starred in an episode of The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Who's in Phil of the Future?
Yes.
Like a regular?
I think so. She played, like, I think the friend of the little sister, I believe.
What? I don't remember.
She was,
that.
like, in over 20-something episodes. So, I mean, for a Disney Channel show, that's, like, the entire
I'm pretty sure Phil of the
4
Future only
seasons.
has like 20 episodes.
I know. Kay was also in a TV show called Summerland. I think that was pretty popular for a bit, too.
What was that on?
I think
What
CW.
network?
Sorry, the WB. But I think the WB, like, was the
Was
CW before
That's
CW.
all confusing. That's all confusing because I feel like there's a lot going on there.
I think it was short-lived, but Summerland is something that people might know Kay Panabaker from. So her sister Danielle, she starred in Stuck in the Suburbs, another popular DCOM with Brenda Song
That
as
one was
well.
so good.
It was so good. As well as the iconic Disney superhero movie Sky High.
Oh, so good.
Sky High was so good. Also on her IMDb, this movie came up called Piranha 3 Double D. And I just have some questions. I think it's like
Is that a corn?
it's giving corn horror.
Yeah.
Horror corn.
Horror corn? Horror cornography?
I don't know. Anyways, where are they now? Well, Danielle is actually still acting and is most known for her role as Caitlin Snow and Killer Frost on The Flash, which aired from 2014 to 2023. It just ended like this last year. So she was working many episodes. And it seems like she's probably doesn't have any other projects coming up right now. I'm sure she's probably just taking a much needed break.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exhausting being on a show for that long.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And also, like, I think a lot of those shows for the CW film in Canada. So you're away from maybe your home base for a lot of the year.
Are they not Canadian?
I don't think so.
I don't know why they give me Canadian vibes. For some reason, I thought maybe they were.
American actress.
Okay.
Born in Georgia.
Oh, Georgia. Okay. Slay.
So not Canadian.
That was close. I'm just kidding.
Georgia? You're going to go with that? Georgia was close.
It's close.
It's okay. I'll tell you more about her. So she's still acting and she's married. She's a mom. She makes really cute like reels, like showing off her day, like a day in the life in fashion. Like she likes showing off her fashion. Danielle does. And I saw she called out Disney on social media saying that they need to make a Sky High 2. So will Disney respond? Will they make a Sky High 2?
Balls in your court.
Because she says the director already has a vision for it and most of the cast would be on board.
Wait, what happened to that guy?
Russell Crowe? Is that his name? Russell Crowe. That's not Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
We're saying all the wrong names today.
I was like, what?
What's the dad's name in that?
Not
in
the
that
dad.
Movie? Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell. His last name is Russell.
No, he's okay. So Kurt Russell's married to Goldie Hawn, and
I love that.
actually
Goals.
they're actually goals. Like they are the cutest.
Kurt Russell, not
Right?
Russell Crowe.
Isn't he? Did I make that up?
No, he is. He's married to Goldie Hawn since
isn't it-
1983.
Isn't it's
Oh,
not
his
coming
partner,
up.
it says. Maybe
They've never been
officially married.
married. Who was this woman? Oh my gosh, he was with this woman, and then it appears that he may have left his first spouse for
partner.
Goldie Hawn. No, they were married.
They were. Oh.
Yeah, he was married.
Who were you trying to mention? Was that who you were trying to mention?
No. The main guy.
Who's in Succession? Nicholas Braun? Is that who you're talking about?
No. The main guy in Sky High. This guy.
Michael Angarano.
He's married.
She said, where has this
Wait,
actor been? What?
he's married to Maya from Pin 15.
What?
What is this crossover episode?
He's still acting a lot, too. He's been in a lot of stuff
I thought
recently.
there was some sort of controversy with him.
I don't remember.
Why does Kurt Russell make me want to rocket pop?
He said,
His costume is giving popsicle. All right, we have to move on, Megan.
Yeah. So I told you
The
about
other sister.
what Danielle's been up to.
I think I just saw TikTok about the other sister.
So Kay Panabaker actually retired from acting and is a full-time zookeeper.
I knew it. Okay, I just saw a TikTok about her.
She's also a gamer and has occasionally streamed on Twitch with one of her friends.
Oh, I love that.
And she got married as well. But that's about all I could find on her. She just kind of, stepped away from the acting world and found a new love in zookeeping, which I think is awesome.
That is so cool. I love that so much.
And then in the process of researching all of these movies that these sisters were known for, I came across the actress that played Mindy from Drake and Josh. Do you remember this actress? She was also in Read It and Weep.
One of them dates Mindy, right?
Yes.
Josh dates Mindy.
And then Allison Scagliotti.
I can't picture
is
her,
the
but I
actress.
remember the character.
Yes. So she was also in Read It and Weep with Danielle and Kay. And so I just saw it on IMDb and I was like, oh my gosh, she was also as a kid in a bunch of stuff. So I looked her up because I was just curious, and she makes music that she describes as French goth pop. And I just kind of I love that.
I love that.
I was like, that's awesome.
Wait, what's her name? I need to look at her face. Do you have a picture pulled up? Yes. She's kind of gives bully energy.
Yes. I think she maybe even played a bully in Read It and Weep.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, because she kind of usually you see people play similar roles because usually you're good at kind of one.
Well, honestly, too, I've almost seen the opposite sometimes, too, where the nicest people play the best
that's what I mean. I'm
bullies.
not saying she's mean. I'm saying that usually people play similar types of roles. That's what I was saying.
Oh, similar types of roles. I thought you were saying they are similar to their characters.
No,
and I was
not at all.
I was usually it's the opposite.
No,
Sometimes people that play the nice one in shows are the meanest people.
For sure. That is 100% true. I'm just saying there's usually your aura of acting seems to be consistent of
100%.
What roles you do.
You play the same type of guy in everything you do.
Yeah.
Reese Witherspoon always is kind of the same type of thing almost. Yeah.
Which is just I feel sometimes people are oh, they're not dimensional, but I feel you can still be.
Yes, 100%.
Whatever, we don't have to get into that.
Yeah.
But anyways, I remember her now.
That's what the Panabaker sisters are up to, though.
Wow, you did a little bonus one in there too.
Tell me more, Maddie. Who are we talking about
All
now?
right. So my next one is Jonathan Lipnicki. I hope I'm saying his name right. Lipnicki? I don't know how I say that. There's no other explanation. He is most known for Stuart Little, The Little Vampire, Jerry Maguire.
Yes.
And I totally forgot about this one, but Like Mike.
Yes! Oh
he
my
plays the best Bow Wow's best friend. He's the co-star Murph.
Yes.
And he's literally on the cover. So, Like Mike. Loved that movie.
We were obsessed as kids.
So obsessed with that movie.
We're playing basketball.
We're not allowed to sing anymore today. We can't sing anymore.
Okay, to be fair, you sang 5 songs.
Okay, but I have
5
one
minutes.
more. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind.
Up in here,
Up in here. We would replay that scene because we thought it was so fun.
It was the dance moves and stuff they were doing. It was so good.
It was so good. But yeah, so you know who else is in that movie? Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting his name. Hang on 2 seconds. He plays the bully. This guy. Jesse Plemons, I think
He's married to Kristen Dunst.
Yes. He's in so many things
Kirsten Dunst,
too.
sorry.
Kirsten Dunst. Yeah, they're married. He's in so many things. But he's from Dallas. Huh, nice. He plays the bully in that movie.
That's wild. We gotta rewatch like Mike.
Also, Eugene Levy's in that movie.
I totally forgot about that.
Anyways, Jonathan. I feel like was in so many movies for us growing up.
Oh my gosh.
And like I didn't even know his name.
Yeah, 100. No, not at all.
And like just
But it was
looking
in
back
everything.
at like what he was in, I was like, oh my gosh, like literally, this kid was in everything. I just feel like he like had a very like, I don't know, classic cute kid or something. I don't know. He just kind of had
He had
that
that like
energy.
little spiky hair look and the little glasses.
Yeah,
and
like
it
kind of
just-
like
yeah.
little like nerdy.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
Yeah. Very like likable.
They're like cast him and everything.
And he was good. I mean, it's hard to find good kid actors. So.
Yeah, I mean, it was a hard job. Lots of lines to remember. And
Stuart
days.
Little's another movie that I haven't seen in like so long that I'm like, I feel like I don't know if I'll ever rewatch that movie.
also, think about it. He had to do something that even a lot of adults struggle with, and
Act
he
with
had
something
to-
that's not there.
yes,
Yes.
Stuart Little wasn't there. He was just talking to a green screen or something.
Yeah. A little puppet, probably.
That's pretty wild, actually. A whole entire movie, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
it was about the two of them and their relationship and their dynamic.
I barely remember that movie. The only thing I remember is the little red car because it's on the cover, but I remember him
Yes.
like driving around in it.
And something with like a boat. There's like a boat race, and
Yes.
like Stuart is on it.
Wait, doesn't he get like abandoned or something? He's trying to get him off the boat.
He almost drowns.
Yes.
Did he try to kill him at some point?
I mean,
We should rewatch them. There's so many of these old movies we have to rewatch. Add them to the list.
If you put my life on the line and said, tell me the plot of Stuart Little, I could not.
Okay.
Boy and mouse
tell you.
become friends.
No. Boy and mouse become brothers.
Oh my God, it's even weirder than I thought. Is it
They
based in
adopt
San
'em.
Francisco?
I don't remember where the movie is based, but the parents go to an orphanage to adopt a baby brother. And there's like no more humans left, or they fall in love with Stuart. And it's the actor from House plays the dad. And then the mom also is super iconic. She's like in Thelma and Louise and a bunch of movies. I am terrible with the names sometimes when it comes to actors. I know like four
Okay,
actors'
this makes sense. It
names.
came out in 1999. That like I don't
Yeah, you were like 2 years old.
really remember.
So what is he up to these days? Lipnicki.
All right, so where is he now? Where is Jonathan? He is still acting here and there, actually. I think I saw somewhere too that he might be dabbling in directing and kind of doing behind the camera work as
Yeah.
well. And he's trained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay, go
Has
off.
a black belt.
Dang.
Okay, so don't mess with him. And he's a philanthropist. He's nothing but has a heart for others.
Do you think that he has like stacks on stacks and he can just kind of chill?
Probably
Like residuals
some
from
of
these
the
big movies?
some of the foundations that he supports are the Breast Cancer Research Foundation, Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, and has also worked with animal rights groups as well. So,
Dang.
yeah. So he seems to just be vibing, honestly.
That's awesome.
Seems to like not have gotten, into too much trouble, which I feel like unfortunately you do see with some of these child stars. But
Any partnerships? Is he a partner or anything, or any relationship with anyone?
you mean like a romantic relationship? Wouldn't you like to know? I didn't see anything.
No.
I don't know if there's any information. Apparently he was also on Dawson's Creek.
I've never seen that show.
Nothing about any relationships.
Keeps it private.
He was out there
Dude.
working.
Working.
There's really not much about his life, honestly. Like it's pretty.
pretty low key.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I
It
mean,
seems like
at
he
this
just like
point,
grew up in kind of the LA area, and so maybe just became an actor because of that.
yeah, just being adjacent to it all.
Yeah.
All right, my last actor for the day,
Well,
Kyla Pratt. Most known for being the voice of Penny from The Proud Family. Also,
loved that show.
the Dr. Dolittle movie. She played Maya Doolittle, the daughter of Dr. Dolittle, played by Eddie Murphy. And she had her own spin-offs of
Yeah.
these movies as well.
Yeah.
Some other like Dr. Dolittle movies, she stepped into the role of being Dr. Dolittle, which is a series, if you don't know about it, like where a vet has the ability to hear animals and hear what they're
Talk to them, yeah.
talk to them. Yeah.
It's giving Disney princess.
Also, it really is. She was also on an episode of Lizzie McGuire.
I love that. I feel like she was in a bunch of stuff.
I wrote down 2 that were maybe not most known for, but were important to me that I saw she was in.
Mm-hmm.
She was in a movie called Barney's Great Adventure. When I was a little
Is
kid.
the egg one?
Yes! I had it on VHS, the rainbow egg. They were trying to protect and I loved that movie.
We watched that so many times.
That was the first time too. I was like, I was really little. I was probably 5 or 6 at most because our grandmother was still around. And I remember being like, oh, I have a crush on the boy in the movie. And he also starred, I think, in other DComs and things like that in the future.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. But that movie, I thought it was so fun.
Yeah, I remember that
I
movie.
bet it would give me nightmares now because something about Barney kind of feels unsettling to me.
Oh, really?
Sometimes some of the kids' characters kind of feel unsettling.
Oh.
That I used to
feel
love.
like I don't get that vibe from Barney, but...
Like the big comfy couch. I loved the big comfy couch when I was a kid, and now it feels unsettling to see clips of.
I don't even know what that is. The couch is alive?
No, it's the clown. The clown with the clock.
Big comfy couch? Why is it called that?
You honestly probably missed that time.
Thank goodness. That sounds terrifying.
No, it was really.
You just said it was scary. What is it?
I don't know. I don't like clown. I don't know how I feel about clowns these days. And she had like a puppet, and she would do this bit where she'd put her hair like in front of her face and add sunglasses. And she did this like thing where she would be a clock with her legs and arms. The big comfy couch. Wait, Cooper and I should be
No. I mean,
these
sure,
characters for Halloween, and I can be the tiny puppet girl. You see what I mean, though? Anyways, she was on Barney's Great Adventure, which I don't even remember that, and I was like, oh my gosh. But also,
I'm traumatized by the big comfy couch.
Do you remember the Disney Channel Circle of Stars? Is what they called it. It was when they would get all the different Disney Channel stars at the time and have them sing classic Disney songs together.
Of course I remember that.
So Kyla Pratt was in a couple of those.
Naturally.
She did the Circle of Life and A Dream Is a Wish Your Heart Makes.
Yep, I remember that.
Like Hilary Duff was in it. Like I think Christy Carlson Romano. Like all the Disney stars come together.
Yeah.
That was one of the best parts of growing up with Disney Channel at the time that we did was the events where they would bring all these characters and personalities, all the Disney stars together for like one event.
Yeah. It was so fun.
The Disney Channel games, are you kidding me?
Miss that.
That was
I need to
amazing.
redo that.
There's not really I guess the equivalent though, we've talked about this a lot though. There's not really like as many teen stars. There's not like Disney,
there's not
sitcoms, for kids.
But what's interesting is they seem to be trying to still emulate some sense of we're all watching TV together because Megan and I noticed on Disney Plus that they now have a now playing live, and they will just be playing things that you could just stream.
Yeah.
Like they were playing the Toy Story. And it's like, well, we could just start that from the beginning. But it was like live.
And apparently I was reading about it. They added this feature because it gets people to click through and then watch more things and spend more time on their platform.
So interesting.
So where is she now? Much like some of the other actors I've talked about today, she's still acting. And she was most recently on a show that's now on Hulu called Call Me Kat. But it stars the actress Mayim Bialik. I should have
Blossom.
looked. Yes, thank you. And also from The Big Bang Theory.
Yes. Also a woman who was a child actor who got her PhD.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I love it. But still does acting.
Yeah.
Because they enjoy it. And I love that so much. She's also a mom to 2 daughters, which is kind of sweet. And I guess kind of recently went viral on TikTok because everyone was freaking out that like one of her daughters looks exactly like she did when she was a kid.
Really? That's so funny. It's like Reese Witherspoon and her kids, yeah.
Her kids are like her mini-me's.
Literally.
Especially like what's her oldest daughter, Ava or something like that. It's everyone was like, cast Ava in your remake of what's the Legally Blonde, or they're doing a prequel to Legally Blonde.
Yes.
But I was like, I don't even know if she enjoys
if
acting.
She acts, yeah. She might not be good. I'm just kidding.
Apparently they're doing like a nationwide like casting call though, which is kind of cool. Like opening it up just to find like an unknown for the role, which I think will be really cool.
That's gonna be really cool.
That's how Rachel Zegler was found.
I love that. Yeah.
Zegler. I'm terrible with names.
So am I. It's fine. It's fine. That's not what we're here for. Correct us.
Correct us, please.
Interact.
Oh my gosh. Who is your last one, Maddie?
So my last one is none other than Frankie Muniz.
Like the child
like
star.
the child actor of the early 2000s. And wow. Okay. You know him from, and I shouldn't even have to say this, but you know, Agent Cody Banks and Agent Cody Banks 2.
So good.
Malcolm in the Middle. Anyone?
Mm-hmm.
Ever seen it? Ever heard of it? Miracle in Lane 2. But most importantly for us,
Don't
Big
say it.
Fat Liar.
Oh, I thought you were about to mention My Dog Skip.
No. I left that off the list. I left that off the list.
I was like, are you traumatizing me?
I'm not trying to be traumatized any more than I need to be.
Oh, Big Fat Liar, so good.
Co-starring Paul Giamatti and Amanda Bynes, of course.
Icons.
Excellent. The way I looked this up because I was like, how old was I when this movie came out? Like, I was 5. The way it shaped my 5-year-old brain. It molded me. I truly believe this movie made me who I am today.
In what ways? In the way that you knew you should never lie?
The ways in
Or
which
that you should lie?
that please that I should lie, that I should try to get hit by a limo
to get cool things.
What else did it teach me? To me, this was peak comedy.
Yes.
It was just, this is what comedy was supposed to be. And I think that shaped my movie taste.
100%. I could see that.
Okay. So Frankie Muniz he literally was just in everything when we were kids. Like, he really was that bitch.
He was.
So I feel like you and I have talked about this semi-recently, which is honestly why we did this episode, was for this man.
Truly. We saw some things about him
And-
and we're like, we need to know where everyone else is now.
And I just was like, where is he? Like, what is he doing? And I'll just start by saying this before I get into everything. I was on his Instagram, and he is just someone who is like, what's the next challenge? What's the next thing I can be successful at?
Yeah.
Like, what can I just try and like do and exceed?
Yeah.
And like succeed.
He's like, I've already
Like, what can I
Did
excel
acting.
at? Yeah.
check.
Yeah.
Mini
So
blockbusters. check.
extremely motivated by being successful in whatever he does.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the context.
That's the context. So first off, we'll start with he is married to a model and actress named Paige Price. They've been together since 2016, and they had a son in 2021.
Sweet.
So he's conquered and successfully done marriage and parenthood is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
He is a literal professional race car driver.
That's so wild.
Like, literally for NASCAR.
That's so wild.
And he's been doing that since 2008.
And doing
And
it
he
well.
literally said, I wanted to slow down like with my acting and pursue racing full time. So he still kind of acts here and there, but like does the racing. Now he's doing that part time.
Racing? Okay.
Yeah. He's like 38 now.
Okay.
So he's kind of I don't know how long people do race.
Neither do I. Like, when do you retire race car driving?
Yeah. I think it's going to be pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
So I don't really know if it's like an age thing, but more just like.
Has he ever placed?
Yeah.
What?
Like, he's good. Like, I actually think he's good.
oh my gosh.
I couldn't write down all his stats for like the NASCAR and
Yeah,
like the
that's
racing and stuff because I was like, I don't know what any of this means.
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
I
That's
do not
fair.
have the energy to learn
NASCAR.
NASCAR.
That's fair. That's so fair.
That's not where I want to spend my energy. Okay. Then, I didn't know this, but apparently in 2017 he was on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And a few years prior, he had kind of some health issues where he basically had like a couple mini strokes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I don't know if this was, it was unclear if this was related, but during his time on Dancing with the Stars, he started suffering with amnesia and like completely forgot all his time like on Malcolm in the Middle, like that season of his life, like that like whole, like those
oh
years,
my gosh.
like completely gone from his brain. And so I thought this was super cute and wholesome, so I had to write it down. So Bryan Cranston, which
Yeah.
everyone knows who he is, but like played the dad on Malcolm in the Middle. would call Frankie and, like, remind him of, like, their memories together. Like, so they would have,
Stop.
like, frequent calls, and he would, like, share their memories
That's so
together.
sweet.
Yeah, from, like, that time period. And that is just the
Did
most
it
wholesome
ever
thing.
come back?
I think so. I think it was temporary amnesia, but unclear. Next, he was a drummer in a band in 2012.
What?
And then some of his former bandmates joined another band. And in 2017, he announced that he was the manager for that band.
What?
And that he was touring with them
How
and
many
would do
side
their, like,
quests?
basically their tour manager, because he would do, like, their monitor systems or lights, and he was, like, their driver. And he's still doing that, by the way. Like, he didn't say he'd stop doing that.
The amount of side quests this man does.
I'm so sorry, what? It's very clear to me that he lives in Arizona now, but at one point, like in the early 2000s, like he owned a bunch of like garages in downtown LA to make passive income. So he just bought up all those like parking garages.
Oh my gosh. So he's also
Like
smart with his money.
Yes, yeah. Around like the Staples Center and like just all over downtown LA. Like he just bought up all these like parking garages so he could make money.
Oh my gosh. So it doesn't just like all go away.
So while we were picking our noses, he was out there making investments.
That's crazy. He was making investments by the time he was 18.
Yeah, I mean, it literally was like in the like early 2000s he was doing that.
He had a good business manager at the time.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So he sold those. Seems like him and his wife maybe live in Arizona because a few years before, I want to say it was like 2017 or 2018, him and his wife opened like a small specialty store where they sold olive oils, like specialty olive oils and vinegar. And they would literally, he says he would get up at like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. and go to these like stores and like they would bottle everything and like put their labels on there. And like he just like owned like a little specialty shop in Arizona.
What?
Yeah, just like in the like just for fun.
I wish I had the energy to do these like mini like side quests.
And then he like sold that business like in the middle of the pandemic, which by the way, he said it was successful, but they just were done with it. Because they were still selling online. Yeah, he was just like, I'm done. So he sold it.
He's like, do you think he's just like one of those personalities? He's like, I feel bored of this. I conquered it. I'm going to move on and try something new.
Exactly.
And
that is exactly.
Just wants to have multiple new experiences in life.
Yeah.
That's kind of awesome.
That's all I got for you guys on Frankie Muniz. I mean, he's still racing part-time. He's still doing acting here and there. Who is literally to say what else this man will do?
What's his next move?
And
no one knows.
Please, whoever does casting for Traitors, I need you to put Frankie Muniz on season 3 of Traitors.
Wasn't he on a reality show of some kind?
He was.
Besides Dancing with the Stars, it was like a survival show.
He was like on some sort of, it's like celebrity something. Let's see. Oh, he also, I forgot this. He also was a co-host for Dancing with the Stars Juniors.
What?
I guess they had a juniors like version of the show in 2018.
What side quest has this man not done? And honestly, a lot of the child stars that we talked about today, besides a few like, some rough patches, it's really cool to see them still doing something that they love and end up being like pretty well balanced people, because that's not always how the story goes.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like most of the time you see, or at least you hear about it, because obviously it's the catching headlines, but yeah. I feel like it is also very true that we've seen like a lot, and we've talked about it before, just like a lot of like, especially with like young women, just very tragic stories of how they've been treated by the public and by paparazzi, and like how that's like just completely derailed their lives in a lot of ways.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's really cool to see like people who had to deal with something very unique, which is like being famous and having a lot of money and being a celebrity at a young age, and like be working, even develop, literally be working full time.
Yeah, providing sometimes for your whole family.
Yeah, like that is not something a child should have to do.
Yeah,
and to like see them be successful in things that, and later in life is really cool to see.
It really is. Well, thanks for going down memory lane and then catching up with us on where all these child actors have been, what they've been up to.
Yeah, and if you guys enjoyed this episode, be sure to leave us a comment. And if we missed any child actor stars of your childhood that you were like, but you forgot to talk about them.
There's so
Let
many.
us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you guys because maybe we'll do this again.
Yeah, I would love to.
And if you didn't know, we have a Patreon where you can get a bonus episode every single month. The first Monday of the month, we just released an episode within this last week.
Yeah.
Ish. It's fun. It's a little chaotic over there, but we love it. And you can also join as a free member because we do post some things for free members as well.
I think we're going to be asking y'all this week, if we haven't already, what Halloween costume we should be doing on the pod. So look out for that. Cast your
Go
vote.
over there and vote, you guys. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram as well at the Fuzzy Pod. And I think that's all we have for you guys as far as the to-dos.
Go be free. Thanks for being here. We will see y'all next Fuzzy Friday. Bye.
Bye.